This is Group 1's presentation of the Firestone project for the Construction Capstone course. The name of our company is Coast to Coast Construction. My name is Carl. I am the superintendent for Coast to Coast Construction. The members of our team are Nagin as project manager, Mike as estimator, Megan as project engineer, Matt is our safety manager, Brian is our field assistant, and again myself, Carl, as superintendent. You will be introduced to each team member and hear from them throughout this presentation. As the general contractor on this project, our scope of work includes both site work and the actual Firestone shop. The site work scope includes demolition of the existing site, site grading and irrigation, utilities, paving, which includes sidewalks, landscaping, and lighting. The scope of work for the building includes the foundations in concrete, structural steel and all the components that make up the structure, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing, and the finishes for the project. Now, before getting into more details of this project, we would like to tell you a little bit about our company.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike McKee, the Senior Estimator here at Coast to Coast Construction, and I'll be going over the company profile. Our company mission is that we are committed to providing the very best planning, construction, and handoff of quality built, on time, and on schedule commercial and industrial projects. Our company vision is to continue to provide superior commercial and industrial project construction, cultivate client relationships, and adapt to industry trends that separate us from our competition. Our core values are safety, client satisfaction, quality, and integrity. Next, I'll be going over our company background. Here at Coast to Coast Construction, we have over a decade of commercial and industrial construction experience. We specialize in all types of automotive facilities, and we self-perform the majority of concrete and carpentry work in our projects. The company has an approximate value of $3 million. Our niche project size is $1 to $5 million. With safety as one of our core values, we maintain an EMR of 0.67. This places us among the industry leaders in safety. Next, I'll go over some of our relevant project history. In 2020, we completed a 10,000 square foot 10-bay facility, including a showroom and storage area for AE Automotive Repair. Also in 2020, we completed a 20,000 square foot 20-bay facility, including a sales floor and offices for a Ford dealership. In 2019, we completed a 5,000 square foot 5-bay facility, including an office area, a waiting area, and a storage area for Smith Automotive Body Shop. In 2016, we completed an 8,000 square foot 8-bay facility, including a waiting area and a storage area for Big O Tires. In 2015, we completed a 10,000 square foot 10-bay facility, including a waiting area and storage area for Firestone Complete Auto Care. In 2014, we completed an 8,000 square foot 8-bay facility, including a waiting area and storage area for Discount Tire. Next, Brian will go over the drawing and spec log.
Alright, so the drawing and spec log is to track changes in the drawings and then changes in the specs. Usually it's made in an Excel sheet, and in this drawing log there's going to be 4 columns. The first column is going to be the sheet number, the second column will be the title of the sheet, the third column will be the revision number, and the fourth column will be the date of the revision. So here is my drawing log. Like I said before, you can see the first column is going to be the sheet numbers, second column is going to be the title of the sheets, third column is going to be the revision number, and the fourth column is going to be the date of the revision. So like, if you look at the 7th column here, for example, A2, that's going to be the sheet number A2. Reflected ceiling floor plan will be the title of the sheet. It'll be the revision number 4, which was on January 8th, 2016. It's kind of self-explanatory. Here's the spec log. It's a little bit different than the drawing log, but you can see we have the sheet name is one column and the revision date is the other column, and then there's going to be a bunch of categories and then the sheet names under those categories. So bid form is a category, environmental reports, geotech, instruction to bidders, issued permits, permit applications, utility applications and agreements, sample contract and insurance, and technical specifications. And so, like, if you just look at the first one, bid form would be the category. Under it would be the budget spreadsheet. The last revision date for that would have been April 7th, 2016.
The application and approval of all necessary permits and inspections is a very important part of any construction project and vital to start the project off on the right foot. There are cases where these applications take longer than expected, and waiting on their approval may hold up some projects. However, Coast to Coast Construction recognizes the importance of these permits and the possibility of their approval taking longer than expected, which is why we always plan ahead and get all applications in as soon as possible. Some of these permits include the city building permits as well as the city utility permits. The major things in these permits are the approval of plans as well as a go-ahead to tie into city utilities. We've already identified all permits required for this particular project and will begin the application process as soon as possible. This will result in a great start to the project without any delays waiting on any application approvals.
Thanks, Matt. My name is Nagin, and I will be the project manager for this project. I will touch on my role and responsibilities in a few slides. Regarding budget, per Addendum 5, we were required to submit our bid on the bid form provided. Therefore, our estimate was put together on the provided spreadsheet. Our total cost estimate came out to be a little over $1.5 million before insurance, bond, and taxes. Our price reflects all changes captured in Addendum 1 through 6 and all other project documents. It also includes all required vendors, brands to use as stated in the documents received. We did, however, exclude fire alarm and security from our pricing since that will be provided by the owner. An assumption and clarification document can be provided if requested to further clarify what we have included within our budget. Now Mike will go over a few alternates that he has put pricing together for.
Hi, it's Mike again, and I'm going to go over some alternate suggestions for this project. Our first suggestion is to install a 25 kilowatt solar power system. The benefits of a solar power system would be increased property value, you can reduce and control your electricity expense, you'll get federal tax credits, and you'll improve your reputation as an environmentally friendly company. The cost of a 25 kilowatt solar power system is $45,000. Our next suggestion is a heated building and overhead door apron. Benefits of heated concrete pavement include reduced customer and employee slips, trips, and falls, reduced collisions in icy weather, reduced concrete wear from snowplows and salt, and it could also decrease insurance premiums because there'd be less injuries. The cost of the heated aprons is $48,000.
Again, this is Nagin, and I would like to go over our subcontractor selection briefly. We received multiple bids on each scope, and they're all very competitive. All the subcontractors we have listed on our detailed estimate are the apparent qualified bidders that myself or our team members have experience working with in the past. We are planning on using Hallmark for earthwork and utilities, York for mechanical. For fire protection, we will use API. For electrical, we will use Spartan Electric. And last but not least, for plumbing, we will be using Mac Plumbing. All of these subcontractors have previous auto industry experience. As the project manager of your project, I will be responsible for managing and coordinating the project from early design through construction. During pre-construction and design, I will be responsible for managing the design team, developing the project schedule, as well as performing value engineering analysis and constructability reviews. I will also be responsible for developing the subcontractor bid packages and procure all subcontracts and materials for the project in a timely manner. During construction, I will work closely with our superintendent to help coordinate the execution of the construction activities. I will develop the monthly reports that communicate and document the status of the project.
The schedule for this project was built around the milestones provided in Addendum 5 of the project bid documents. Following this information, we will mobilize to the site starting on May 23rd. Construction will start on May 31st because May 30th is Memorial Day. Construction will be completed by October 30th. Other milestone dates that will be met are lift delivery to be completed by September 10th. Shelving install is also to be completed by September 10th. The third-party oil install is to be done on September 12th. Store setup, fourth delivery, fire alarm setup, POS and phone system will be completed on or by October 9th. All punch list items are to be completed by October 29th. The certificate of occupancy is to be given to the owner by November 13th. This will allow the store opening to take place on November 20th. And the final payment and all closeout documents will be submitted to the owner on January 4th. For more schedule details of the site and structure, please look at the schedule we submitted in our documents package.
Coast-to-coast construction will always put safety first, which is why we always put together a detailed site safety plan before any construction starts. The site safety plan is one of the most important documents associated with any project because its main focus is to keep all workers and site visitors safe whenever they are on our sites. The safety plan identifies all potential hazards and the plans to mitigate these hazards in order to prevent accidents from happening. The plan will also address all personal protective equipment requirements and steps we will take to ensure all construction is done as safely as possible. It will also outline protocol should an emergency situation arise. This protocol includes the correct lines of communication, all necessary forms that will need to be addressed in the case of an emergency, and emergency meeting locations on site. This will result in the proper handling of any situation and ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. The detailed and thorough site safety plan will keep everyone safe and keep the project on schedule. Included in our safety program is a site logistics plan, which will be covered in the next slide. Another very important part of site safety is a site plan. Coast-to-coast construction evaluates each job site and strategically creates a site plan to create the safest and most organized site possible. On this particular site, you will see Highway 20 running along the southern edge of the job site. In the green along Highway 20, you will notice our designated delivery access area. This will allow us to ensure proper traffic control is used whenever we have large deliveries, which will keep local traffic organized and any pedestrians in the area safe. You will also notice that we have a designated laydown area, which is where we will store all of our materials for the upcoming steps on our schedule. This will allow us to have a spot to take inventory of what we have and identify what we may need in the future to schedule deliveries and ensure that the project stays on schedule. A specific laydown area also keeps an organized site so materials are easy to access. There are 2 dumpster areas in the brown, which will ensure that there is no trash buildup on site and will give us easy access to consistently empty them as needed. In the blue, you will notice there are 2 bathroom facilities, which are for the use of anyone who is on the site. Lastly, the most important part of the job site is the emergency meeting area seen in the red circle. This area was mentioned in the site safety plan and is where all the workers will meet in the event of an emergency. This will allow us to get a head count to make sure everyone is accounted for, and then we can go from there and make sure that any emergency situation is handled as effectively as possible. Coast-to-coast construction puts a lot of thought into our site plan, as we know an organized site is a safe site and it will ultimately help keep the project on schedule.
My name is Megan Seaton and I am your project engineer. quality and design with the customer in mind. We pride ourselves on using the best materials, the best building techniques, and the best people, while also keeping safety in mind. This simply provides the owners with the greatest return on their investment. We don't believe that quality has to suffer in order to receive a good price. Quality workmanship at a fair price is what we strive to provide. We have spent years building valuable relationships. Thus, the volume discounts we receive are reflected in our competitive pricing. Builders come and go, but you can count on Coast to Coast Construction to see you not only through, but beyond the building process. We are reliable, trustworthy, and we will get the project done.